inches.
Okay, right, we're on. So, what do you want to say first?
What do I want to say? I
Yeah,
don't understand what you mean.
Hi, your mum and dad.
That's at the end.
Okay. Right, Rachel. What's your earliest childhood memories of your mum and dad?
Well, my earliest childhood memories of my mum and dad is obviously the early 80s. I remember growing up in Rainford from being a toddler. I think we were about 6 when we moved. I was about 6 when we moved, something like that. And when we were in Rainford, I remember the times that our Patsy lived with us. And my mum and dad, I'd say to people when I saw people, I've got a brother and I've got a sister. And my mum and dad used to have to explain, she's not your sister, Rachel, she's your cousin. No, she is, she's my sister. She's my sister. And I'd always say that to people. And when we used to go anywhere, all of us, I always used to start chatting to different people. And I remember once that I think we were in the doctors with my mum, our Patsy and our Paul. And this old lady started talking to me, so I'm saying, I'm Rachel and I'm 4, and that's my brother Paul and he's 6, and that's my sister Patsy, and I can't remember how old our Patsy was, maybe 12, and there's my mum there and she's 21, and my dad's away at the moment on the rig and he's 54, and this woman looked over to my mum, the doctors, and was sort of like trying to make the maths up of everyone's ages. And I remember just saying that to people because that's what my mum used to say to me, I'm 21 and your dad's 54, So there was lots of memories really with our Patsy living with us, but lots of memory of other people as well at Rainford that we got to meet. There was real sort of known people like Jock, who was a train conductor. He used to be down on the train station because we lived at Rainford Junction where the train station was, and my dad used to take us down to Jock, and obviously Jock was Scottish, and he had a tartan cap on, and he used to talk, and I never understood a word Jock said. And there was Mick the Marmaliser, which my dad nicknamed, and Mick used to be, I think he was in Rainford Rangers or had something to do with Rainford Rangers with my dad. And he used to work on the farms, and I remember my dad used to pick him up sometimes, in the car, and he'd be stinking, because he'd been in the farms and all the manure that he'd been working with, and I'd be like, oh, Dad. And there was also an old lady called Daisy who lived around the corner that my mum used to go and see quite a lot. And Daisy wrote quite a few poems, really lovely poems, about when I was born and my mum losing my Auntie May. And she wrote one for our Patsy as well, and she wrote quite a few poems for us all, so she was just lovely as well, Daisy, and I used to go around to her house quite a lot. And there was obviously the people who lived opposite to us, who was Mary and Peter McAvoy, and Mary was so good, used to help us with everything, obviously, because my mum and dad didn't have much support then, because tragically they lost their parents at a very young age. There was also my godparents, Paul and Olive, who lived down at the bottom of the bungalow, and I always remember going down on my bike, and I remember one day they'd given me some chocolates and I put them in my bag, and it was a summer's day, and I remember getting home ready to eat these chocolates that they'd given me. I think it was like a box of milk tray or something, and they'd given me these chocolates, and they'd all squashed in my bag, and I was really upset. Strawberry creams just all over this little handbag that I had. So Rainford, really, really good memories from Rainford. I remember the last night we were in Rainford sleeping on sun lounges upstairs in the bedroom, me and our Paul, and hearing all this noise downstairs, which was my mum and dad's leaving party. Rather than having a housewarming, they thought to have a leaving party instead. And I just remember hearing all this noise downstairs and laughing and joking and songs going on and everything. But we never went downstairs because we knew our place then. Kids were kids, and we stayed upstairs and let my mum and dad get on with it with the party. And then from that, we did leave Rainford, but we didn't go straight to our new house. We went to live with my uncle Pat and our Frankie. And I think he was on Queen Street.